Hello everyone. At the end of last week's episode, I said that today we'd be looking at the song Paradise, which is the synthwave song we did a few weeks ago. Well, if you read the title of this video, I'm sure you realise that we are in fact not doing that, but we're going to be writing a metal breakdown instead. So what I have in front of me is a very basic arrangement of a metal song that I put together. So it goes riff, pre-chorus, chorus, the riff again, and now we're going to write a breakdown at the end of it. So let's take a listen at what we've got so far to kind of understand the vibe of it all. And then let's see what we can put down. So yeah, that's what we have so far. And I've left a big long note at the end there because for the breakdown that we're going to write today, I actually want that little moment of a pause before we go into the breakdown, as opposed to just hitting it straight away. And that gives, you can do that in the middle of a song or even at the end of the song, because I think it gives a vocalist a good chance to engage with the crowd. It builds a lot of anticipation. People know that something heavy is about to come, and I think it actually gives it more impact when it does actually arrive. So that's the reason for that long note at the end there, to kind of mislead people into thinking that's the end of the song, when in fact we're going to hit them hard. So I titled this song Sirens because on my way here today I heard a police car siren and I thought, Sirens. So I've called it that, and like we talked about before, of kind of setting a title and working to that, that's what we're going to try today. So when I think of sirens, I think of many different things. I picture a car alarm, I picture police cars, air raid sirens, which I have a sample of that I think could be really cool to use in that drop there. Or even just house alarms, just anything to build warning and danger and, yeah, to make you alert, I suppose. That's the kind of reason for them. So we're going to try loads of cool little ways to reference that in the riffs that we write. So let's start with putting in this air raid siren so you can hear what it sounds like. And for me, I would put it here over the top of this long note, just to make it feel really nasty. And I'm not sure where we should put it, maybe right at the start, and see how that works. Yeah, pretty horrifying. I've had that sample for a very long time. I can't remember when or why I got it, but it's been sat there for a very long time, and finally it's going to get some use today. Another thing, for me, these guitars die out pretty soon. So another cheeky trick we can do is reverse them and then move them back to sort of end just before the breakdown hits, like this. Do ourselves a long fade, crossfade rather. Oh my goodness, come on. Like that. And hopefully it feels like they don't ever really disappear. They kind of begin to fade out and then come back again. And that's quite a cool way of reminding people that actually it isn't the end of the song. So a big long note usually could be the end. But you don't want people to give up listening just yet because something else is coming. So Pretty cool. We can sort of extend that fade so hopefully it's a bit more subtle. Let's try equal gain as well as opposed to equal power. Yeah, okay, that's pretty good. So let's get straight into writing. And I think this breakdown should come in two parts, just so we kind of have a initial impact and then it evolves in some way. So I have no idea rhythmically or anything yet. So let's pick up our guitar, and today we're going to be using the 8-string guitar. So anyone who hasn't seen an 8-string guitar, this is what one looks like. Mine's a bit fingerprinty, so... and dusty, sorry about that. Let's choose go back to our metal tone. And the tuning we're in today is standard. So it's E, A, D, G, B, E, but with a low B on the end and a low F sharp. And that is, let's go back over here. I should move this closer. Okay. And we're going to turn it up a little. Something like that. So, what ideas come? Certainly the initial hit should be the low F sharp, because we want this to be violent, angry, traumatic, all of the above. So it is a pretty great place to start a metal breakdown, in my opinion. And I'm thinking Sirens, certainly to reference that air raid siren, is more of a, it's kind of an up and a down. So we should put something like that in there. So. Right, no major ideas. Let's put in some drums, which will also help us, you know, play to them. Sometimes it's cool to come up with the rhythm by programming first, as opposed to, and then try and learn that, as opposed to writing it on the guitar, especially when we've got no ideas really. So we'll do double crashes. China's on the 1 and 3. I'm really laughing because of how over the top we can make this, because with modern metal there's really no end. It needs to sound like a movie soundtrack, so we're going to put explosions, bomb noises, all of that fun stuff to really exaggerate how violent this next part can be. So maybe 2 hits. Maybe a long siren. That's a we can go again. Maybe that. I preferred it as it was, actually. So something more like this. with one. This is the line you have to walk of how complex do you want it? Do you want something just simple that does the job, or do you want it quite exciting and complex? And I'm really not sure either yet. So maybe this section here, a bit too overkill, but we'll see. So that's quite a siren-y sound. Let's do a moment. I think let's go bit at a time, because we're trying to write as we go. Let's not forget any of the ideas, and doing it bit by bit, maybe we can get other. Sorry, I'm trying to change my metronome time. Doing it bit by bit, we can get more ideas that can start coming, as opposed to trying to write an entire thing at once. Yeah. This one can be straight. I talked in a previous video about why I have my drums split across many instruments, and the reason for that is we've got our basic Get Good drum set up here, and I have another kick sample, and then a snare sample too. And these are custom samples. That snare is actually samples that I made here at the studio, and they're nice to layer with pre-bought drum kits, because anyone who buys Get Good drums, Modern and Massive, has that sound, which is great. It's amazing. They sound really good, but then everyone has them, so you kind of lose a bit of uniqueness in your drum sound. So by custom blending the Get Good stuff with original samples, it at least feels a bit more unique than just relying entirely on one kit. And you could do the same by just mix and matching different sample sets. Maybe you could do Stephen Slate drums, Get Good drums, a different drum pack, even some of the stock stuff. Once it's all layered in, maybe they'll work quite well and give you a unique drum sound. Get Good. Just one little addition. Let's put this in, and our main guitars are just going to follow that kick and snare pattern. A lot of the exciting stuff's going to come in effects and overdubs and lead stuff. So for now, what we really want to hear is just this pattern, and I'm going to kind of cheat a little bit until I learn it by looking at the drum MIDI here, because you can literally see when the notes are coming. Before we do, I'm just going to get a little tune up, because that's always sensible. B, G, D, A, E, B, and F sharp. Okay, totally messed up the rhythm there. I think this is the idea. I'm just deciding whether to do a full straight power chord or make it a bit nastier by having open strings, which is... maybe just the straight power chord is cool. So let's jump in and see if we can record this. Check I'm tracking. I am. In we go. I'm going to turn the mic off as well, because otherwise you hear all my string noise. Yeah, maybe that's a kind of nice way of looking at it in terms of when we palm mute, when we open up. So now, instead of looking at the drum MIDI, I can actually look at that take right there. And cheat that way. And going for our double on the other side. I'd already forgotten it. That's just me all over, really. Great, let's see how these rhythms work left and right. That one was a bit early. And once we've done that, we can start putting in some of the fun stuff that's going to make it sound more unique. Because right now, it could just be any old breakdown, which works. It's very cool. It doesn't really reference Sirens in any way. It's not really unique. I mean, it's fun, but ideally, everyone's heard metal breakdowns time and time again. So we've got to find ways to keep it interesting. I'm not afraid to just kind of timeline this to be perfect because, oh wow, sorry, because we want it to hit kind of in an unrealistic way. Breakdowns have to be, I mentioned a movie soundtrack earlier, they have to just be over the top and, in my opinion, just have maximum impact, and the way you get that is through really tight takes. So I could either play this a lot, many more times and get it perfect, or so the video is not that boring, we just fix it up like this. Excellent. So what we can do, I've got this track down the middle that's doing, it's got a filter on it, but I don't really want it in the middle, so let's duplicate him out a couple of times and we have a copy left and right. And this can be the start of putting in some of those filter noises, like, those siren noises, like. So I'm wondering whether the tone should be almost a bit cleaner for that, so we really hear the notes. That could be good. Let's move you to there. This goes there. That goes there. Call it filter left and filter right. Let's put that in straight away. So we call on that Sirens theme kind of from the start of the breakdown. Also, how long should it be? Sorry, kind of there and it cuts off. I like that. I'm not tempted to double it, but let's double it so we've got a spare in case we change our mind. You notice my picking is not really that tight there. It's not. I don't know what, if it should be semi-quavers, quavers. I'm not sure. It's just noise. I mean, that's the joy of breakdowns. The rhythm section is very tight, so the top part can just be, it's noise. It kind of makes it sound a bit nasty, a bit filthier as well, which is the added bonus. That's good. I'm just going to drop them down in volume attach. I'm kind of thinking, those annoying car horns where they change every 5 seconds, or the wheel, those ones. That's kind of also what we're referencing here, because each time that filter comes back, it's doing something else. So I'm kind of picturing, we've got that the police siren one. Let's try a clash there and see what that feels like. Yep, let's copy that on the other side. We'll chop off that last note there because our rhythm section is coming back in. Could just be cool to have a moment of nothing there, and that way we keep people guessing as well because they're not sure what's coming. But what we could do is a nice little reverse there. So I have some effects in already. Let's check those out a moment. And something that is a classic in a space like that is a reverse snare. So let's try moving this one, or copying this one rather, over into that gap in time for that snare hit. Maybe that one instead. Ah, sorry, wrong place. Yeah, I like that already. There's a shorter reverse snare here, which I've called dry snare. Maybe that one could work on the first one. For me, it takes away the impact of the second one, but we'll use that dry snare at some point. Could even be right at the start. Let's see. Not yet. Let's not force the placement. There will be moments where it feels natural to put them in, so we can wait for those. I'm kind of feeling the one again, but this time a bit higher, so. I'm not sure how high though. Maybe we could try one on one side, one on the other, see how it feels. So that should be our first one. I'm being dumb. Sorry, I just realized that I put that on the place where we wanted the gap. So let's record it again because it's slightly longer, this gap. Good. So out of context a moment. Let's see. I'm tempted to remove this one. I'm not sure why. Let's try putting in some of these impacts as well. So we've got a huge bass drop here. Got some broken glass. Maybe I'm trying to bring this back to the Sirens theme. I don't know, maybe someone broke a window and they called the police, and that's why there's broken glass there. Shotgun, yeah, gun crime. That would definitely be cause for some Sirens. Let's see what it would sound like if our cymbals were on twice as many times as well. Just to see how that affects our head nod. Maybe that's cool. Just having the cymbals really match the kick there. Maybe that. trying to make the drums a little bit more exciting as well, instead of just a very boring cymbal hit. Yeah, pretty good. So before we move on to our second half, how can we just improve this a little bit more? I'm thinking some noises of some kind. So for that, maybe we break away from the guitars. Because we've got this one here, which is great. These two are cool. Maybe we find some ominous pad or something. And Omnisphere is absolutely fantastic for those kind of noises. We need something that not only calls back to the Sirens theme, but also helps embellish that mood a bit more, adding that nastiness. We can even search, actually. That's pretty cool. Siren, anything? Under attack siren. That sounds like a winner straight away. So let's just create 4 bars here. In my experience, Omnisphere is always incredibly loud, so I'm just going to prepare myself and drop it down by -12 or so we don't damage everyone's ears. So we're in F sharp. So it's probably wise to just put F sharp. Oh, it's a nasty sound, but not necessarily in the way I want. Other altercation. Pretty nice. They will come back to that one. Cyber alarm. I like this. It doesn't need to come all the time, but maybe just in that first gap. So, doon, da, doon, 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 da, gap. And it's pretty creepy, I would say. So, it needs to end here. Maybe just one. Deal. It does make a difference on the pitch, so. Oh, it's faster. That's pretty cool. It's faster the higher up it goes. Let's move him all the way then. See what that's like. Is it faster or is it just playing randomly? Maybe it's too rhythmic actually and a bit too weird. So we'll just use it the first time and find something else instead. So this is pretty good. What was this? Cyber alarm. I'm liking the Omnisphere stuff so far. So we're gonna just copy him down, create something else, and we can audition it using that take there. What do we fancy? Let's stick with the siren theme. See what else comes. Cyber Cruiser, sci-fi, siren, living siren. Could be interesting. Oh. That is nasty, but for me that belongs as a build-up into the breakdown. So let's move that. We'll call that living siren. Try the whole bar before, just to let you know something horrible is on its way. Really nasty. Maybe 2. Or even 4, and then we just fade it in if it's starting to get too loud. Yeah, it's so creepy. 2 bars, I've changed my mind now that I know what the sound is. It gets really loud there, so we can do an automation there. That's great. And something that I always do when it comes to these kind of noiseescapes is they, in my experience, sometimes change depending when you hit spacebar. They're kind of on a loop and then they store it and it sounds different each time you hit play. So I really like how this is sounding. Don't want to mess it up. So we'll commit it and it will bake it into audio and then it won't change. And we've got it safe. Even if we lose Omnisphere, it doesn't matter because it's saved as an audio file. There needs to be one more thing here. Maybe something a bit fuzzy. Deep, 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 deep. Which is sort of my idea for the next section, but on guitars. So hopefully it will still sound different enough being on a keyboard. Let's find one more siren-based thing. Weaponized Alarmist. Great name. Horrible though, subtle siren. Fine. No. Sirens of Atlantis, maybe? I hate that. Sometimes if you press N instead of spacebar by mistake, because you have fat fingers like me, then it stops the timeline, kind of, the playhead rather, wherever you hit stop, and then when you hit play it carries on from there, as opposed to coming back to the start. Red alert. Quite interesting. I like the start of it, so what I would do is commit it again. Just use that, and then when it stops, that'll be plenty. This much. Loop mode, you will forever be my nemesis. Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. I don't know why I said nemesis, by the way. That was really lame. And now I can't stop thinking about it. Right. Moving on. That's great. Let's get into our second half. And all I'm hearing is... You know those like horrible sirens? It needs something like that. And I would get that through clashy guitars. So maybe we should change up our rhythm a bit as well. Or, in fact, sorry, just because I've got this idea now, we can go even nastier, and a nice little trick for that is just dropping the tempo a bit. So we're going to go down by 10 and keep the same rhythm, but it will feel worse now because it's just dropped in that tempo. And what we can do is find... Those two, they're pretty sufficiently horrid. And to really disorientate everyone, I'm going to have one in one ear and one in the other. I think that's a pretty nice way of doing it. So let's put our click on, and we'll just get the left side. So dip, 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 dip. So that was pretty good. at the other one. Some of those probably weren't the most on time. And what we can do is actually use Beat Detective for that. So we load up Beat Detective, capture the selection, 8th note, analyze it, and those little purple lines there are the beginnings of our notes. So we separate them, conform them. In this case, we want 100%. It will just move them, and then we smooth it out. So it looks all lovely. And now that's nicely in on time for us. And maybe I would do the same for this one as well, even though it wasn't played too horribly. It's probably better to have it perfect. Clip, conform, smooth, easy. Right now it's funny. Well, we can make it worse. We can make it nasty in a moment. Is there another clash in there? Yeah, that's not even in key. That's bound to be horrid. What's throwing me off is the tempo drop as well. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Right, and we go one of two ways now. Either we make the main rhythm more complicated or less complicated. And it's not very complicated to begin with, so I think more complicated just to screw everyone up and really feel like danger's coming and, you know, we have no control over what's happening. I'm going to move the effect way down so it's out the way for us. Dun 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 blah dun 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 cat. Yeah, that's doable. Dun 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 get. Yeah. Now let's choose our new rhythm. B2 we'll call it. Bap da da. One, two, three. Yeah, then we have a nice long gap. And let's change cymbals as well. Let's come to the crash. Oh dear, I've killed Pro Tools. We're back. It lost whatever rhythm I had, but to be honest, I don't think it was very good anyway. So let's listen again. Maybe just a straight chug. Tum 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 cam tum tum tum. Because we've got a lot of weird stuff going on with our left, right, our clashes and stuff. Maybe it just feels cool being a real chuggy breakdown, a little pickup. And the joy of this is, it's very simple. The idea, I'm trying to really dig in my palm beneath this back pickup and in between the pickup and the bridge, basically, because you get a good... That's the kind of sound. That was actually quite cool, waiting for the snare. Yeah, let's put it there, where everyone's not expecting. Let's get that first half at least. In we come. Is my metronome on? It is. Yeah, that's good. And then we change again. Let's keep evolving it. Oh dear, I'm pressing all the wrong buttons today. Really sorry. Yeah. I'm laughing because I can already hear what the next bit should be. And it's just more punishment. You think we're going to break away from that slow speed, but it's not. It's just going to half time again. Let's do a cymbal choke. Dun, dun, psh. Yeah, let's slow down the tempo again just for more punishment. So we'll set this to be meter. No, yes, meter as well, because I want that one beat gap. So let's add a bar of 5, and then we'll be back to 4/4. And our tempo can probably drop another 10 BPM. Yeah. Dun 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 gap. Maybe a bar of 6, in fact. Could be cooler. 2 beat gap. Yeah, and the tempo shift should probably be there. Here. And that's why we go back to 4/4/2. 4/4 out. Here we go. 4/4. I kind of like making a thing of the toms here, but I'm kind of worried if we're bringing it too many times. That's the only reason why I was a bit reluctant about bringing it again, but no, let's not. Let's leave the cymbal choke instead. And instead, could we come back to it? Yeah. Just so there's a bit of familiarity under all of this. We'll use the same rhythm, but it will be so different because it's on 20 BPM slower at this point. Yeah, and halftime cymbals as well. And back to China. Great. It doesn't need that. It doesn't need that this time. So that's because copied into the other ones. 1, 2, 3, go away. Okay. Slightly different. And then, yeah, that's a perfect way to get back to our song, because this breakdown is not necessarily intended to be the end of a song. So ideally, we want to somehow get back to our riff, which I don't know if we'll be able to do in this video. Let's see how long this takes. So we'll play that same breakdown just a bit slower. I'm going to cheat again with my MIDI up. Maybe nasty chord. Yeah, it's just a bit nasty, because why not? And we'll keep it short. And again, let's strip silence this one using Command U, and you can just add a little bit of time so it doesn't miss anything. I knew I was going to mess that one up before I even got there. Maybe that's cool, actually. If that one was on. Let's get a bit of context and hear the whole thing so far. I've changed my mind. It should be 1 bar 5 instead. It's quite funny, this breakdown, because it's all over the place. I'm not necessarily sure if that means good yet, but I think it feels nasty. So if the intention was to be nasty, then yeah, it's good. Is it the best breakdown ever? I'll let you decide. Just a really quick alarm sound. Maybe full gain so it just sounds nasty as well. I keep using the word nasty, but really there's not many adjectives you can use when you're using breakdowns. They're just, it's filthy, horrible, destructive, not nice, all of those. That's all you can say about it, really. If it makes your face go like this, it's probably good. As you can see, I'm really not thinking too hard. I'm just putting lots of stuff down and seeing what we make of it. This would probably just be doubled either side as well. I'm purposely choosing different notes as well so they clash. Yeah, pretty good. I'll do more cymbal chokes on these. Psst, psst. Could you play that and grab it in time? Okay, let's hear it all, add some bass and see what's missing. And then I think we're about done for this video. This has just been fun. If nothing else, it's just been fun. And it shows you how kind of, I don't want to say easy because that does a disservice to all of the very amazingly talented metal guys out there. But breakdowns can be easy. You don't need to put a lot of thought in. The purpose of a breakdown is to just like everyone mash stuff up at a gig, or you know, just a real moment of aggression and just weight. That's what it needs to sound like. It just needs to sound heavy. So if it's doing that, then it's doing its job. Yeah, what I kind of like is there's that moment of false hope where you think it's over here. It feels like you're moving out of it at least, and then there's just another tempo drop just for no reason. But I like it. I like people not expecting what's coming, especially with breakdowns. There's so many out there, so it's good to have something a bit unique about it and keep people guessing. Something could be really cool is just this huge big snare sample. Let's use that dry snare sound from earlier that we didn't use and place him right at the end. Do that, boom. Okay, let's put some bass on and then we'll call it a day on this video. So our tuning is F sharp, so the bass is going to be awfully rattly, but I know this bass well, and the actual note itself is pretty stable, which is all we want from it. We just want the low octave. So going over my headphone cable. There we are. I'm slightly concerned my microphone volume dipped significantly halfway through this video. So if I've had to gain it up and it's a bit noisy now, I apologize, but maybe it's just the waveforms on Logic look a bit weird. Okay, let's do, tune this down to F sharp and just match our rhythm guitars and we should be done. And when it gets really low like this, a good way to tune it is tune it to the harmonic. Okay, so let's move our bass channel up so I can actually see it against our drums maybe. And we're going to follow the kick and snare. So it's violent, a bit too loud for that. DI needs a pad on it. There we are. Good. Just going to turn the DI a bit because that's where a lot of our sound's going to come from actually. Yeah, let's follow it there as well. Thrown off by the tempo drop. I just kind of improvised something in the middle there. Not sure if it's going to be cool or not, but yeah, I think it is called dun 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 da. Okay, great. Thank you very much for watching this episode. I think we should listen through the whole song and just see how out of place this actually is. If it's too out of place, then, probably it's not sensible if we were to ever turn this into a real song. But if it kind of works, then great. Maybe we keep it. It's just nice to have that option. But today's episode was just to show you how I go about writing a breakdown sometimes, especially when I've got no ideas. Or the only idea I had was Sirens because I heard a police siren. So that was the premise of everything. Other times, hopefully, it's more creative because ideas have come to you before, and you're not trying to write an entire breakdown in 1 hour with no planning. But anyways, I just want to say thanks again for watching this episode. Let's listen through and then call it a day. Thank you. Pretty successful, I would say. I like it. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Your comments mean a lot to me. Your views mean a lot to me. I really appreciate it. Please follow all of the socials, MyKey, and also I shout them out every week because this studio is amazing. Rogue Studios. Please come and let's work on a song together. Book some time and we can write a breakdown together, and not just for a YouTube video. For real. Right, it's midnight and I think I'm losing my mind. So we're going to call it quits on this video. Thanks very much. Next week, I actually will do the song Paradise. Just so it's, the polar opposite of this. We'll go back to do some synthwave and keyboard programming and just vary it up every week. So thank you very much. Have a great night and weekend. Bye-bye.